Than 18.
So
yes.
better looking now at 48 than you were at 18.
I was very insecure, yes, at that time.
Perhaps you were insecure, but
now I have a wonderful husband who gives me that,
Just so security undoes 30 years of aging?
I think the look is how we feel, really, Brian. It's just, seriously, the looks is how we feel. If we feel really not confident, no matter if it is going to be the most gorgeous person in the world, if they don't feel confident, they don't feel confident.
You should go read the fairy tale, The Emperor Has No Clothes. You should read it.
I will write it down.
Yeah, The Emperor Has No Clothes. I'm serious. You should read it.
Okay.
Yeah, this goes right into what you're saying.
So wait, how about this? What if you had been secure at 18, but not as secure as you are now at 48?
I didn't have at that time the wisdom and knowledge that I have now. So for me,
let's say you had the wisdom and the knowledge.
I do not rate people based on looks. I really don't. I know we have this conversation over and over and over, and I do not rate myself based on looks or other people. I don't. I see who they are on the inside. That's what matters to me. That's the beauty. Everything else that is outside.
So he's an ICU burn victim. Half his face is melted off. All you can see is his hang on. All you can see is his teeth through the skin like that, right? You just see the teeth, and hang on, and half of them are missing, and one of his eyes is kind of hanging out like this, right?
Andrew,
and then on the other side, he's got this massive scar which comes down like this. Plus, he was born fat and short. You're not judging his looks at all. I just want to make sure we're clear. You're not going to judge his looks at all?
I'm always working on myself to not judge people. I have a client who doesn't have arm and leg, and he just got married, and in a very happy marriage. It is fantastic and wonderful man, who he is on the inside, the heart, how he cares about other people.
What does that have to do with his physical attraction? Like, okay, let me ask you this. Since you pair people up, have you ever told a man that he should lose some weight or get in better shape, and that would increase his chances of getting a mate?
And women as well.
Yeah, okay. So you tell them both to do that. So hang on, stop. Because you're judging them on their appearance.
I don't judge.
Yeah, then why are you telling them to lose weight?
I'm explaining
then
them
why are you telling them to lose weight?
Okay,
that's a value judgment.
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not telling them to lose weight. I'm explaining them what is going to happen if they don't.
Yeah.
Like the time frames, what we will need to work on, and so on. And what will happen if they do a quick adjustment in their physical look. It is going to be a little bit faster or whatever, but the choice is theirs. My opinion about them, who they are, is not going to change.
Yeah, but you've made a value judgment on their physical appearance. And what you've done is you've said, you have. I'll explain. There's no way around this. It's an entailment. If you tell a person, if I told you, if you lost 20 pounds, let's say, that the chances that you would attract a mate who is better than the current pool of mates you were after is going to increase. How have I not made a value judgment on your looks? Haven't I done that?
Andrew, I will take...
is there any way around that?
I will take...
there's really no way around that, right?
I will take an average-looking client, whether it is male or female, who is absolutely fantastic person, loving and kind and thinking of others and with an open heart, than any model-looking guy who is an asshole.
And I'm not telling you that that's wrong.
Or a woman who has just absolutely no value
Yeah, but I'm not telling you that that's wrong. Right? Great. I'm glad that you're making an assessment on a person based on the entirety of the package of the person.
Because I want to have happy family.
Yeah, I get it, right? There's going to be value inside of a person's religious practices, their home values. There's going to be value in all that, right? We agree on that.
Yes.
But if you tell a person, hey, if you lose weight, it's going to up your chances of getting a woman who has X qualities, you are making a value assessment on their physical appearance. And there's no possible way to cope your way out of that.
I give person an option, and I explain what is going to happen if they don't, and it is okay, whatever the choice is going to be, okay? And I will explain the time frames and everything if they do. But choice is going to be theirs. It is going to be theirs.
I'm not saying that the choice isn't theirs. I'm saying that you're making a value judgment on their appearance. If you weren't making a value judgment on their appearance, then how could you tell them that they need to change their appearance in order to attract this thing that they want? You have to be making a value judgment. It's impossible for you not to be making a value judgment.
I am working on myself every day and every minute.
Working on what? You're not doing anything wrong.
Not to judge to love, to accept people who they are, but to lay out the plan for them and what is going to happen if these circumstances take place or those circumstances don't take place.
Yes.
But I am working constantly on myself,
But isn't it love?
not to judge.
Isn't it love and kindness to tell a person who says, "Oh, I'm really striking out in the dating field"? How's it not loving to tell them, "Well, you know what? You're pretty fat, and maybe if you lost some weight, you wouldn't strike out so much."
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, okay, maybe you wouldn't, right? But that sounds like it's actually a pretty loving thing to tell a person. Sounds like it's a pretty reasonable, rational.
Do you want me
hang on.
tell you how I would say it?
Hang on. Let me finish.
Can I jump in super
It
quick?
sounds like it's
Super
completely reasonable and rational to say this to a person, and it's even loving. How is it not loving? You just don't like the tone? You just don't like how it's said?
Well, it is not the words. I mean, what matters is how you present
Yeah,
it to
it's
the
tone.
person. Words, words, they matter.
All right.
No, I'll
They
let you
matter.
keep going. You keep really quick. I got to back my boy Andrew here on this, my Caucasian. I got to back him because I gained some weight, and I was
Burritos.
I was manifesting.
Burritos.
Don't go there, Andrew. I was manifesting way more women with large labia when I was in better shape than I'm a little chunky right now. I'm a little chubby. The manifestation has been impeded. There's an energy block, and like the large labia women aren't coming to me as much as when I was like, could you, Austin, really quick, just find my like young fit Brian photos? Like it was easy back in the day, son. Like coming constantly, manifesting. I was doing my astrology. I was doing the Tai Chi.
So you were pulling BLM when you were skinny?
BLM all day, every day.
So now you're struggling a little
Scroll-
bit now that
You
you're a
sound
little
jealous.
chunky?
You
Scroll
sound
down.
jealous of Brian pulling all that BLM.
And it's like
I
crazy,
pulled
bro.
just as much as him, so I ain't jealous.
Okay. But I'm just saying, I was skinny, man. I was thin. And then, yep. And Andrew's right, man. Like, I was manifesting giant labia. And I still, it's
And
not
now
as
it's just
frequent.
normal labia.
Look
at what you've done.
It's terrible. Okay, anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to.
But
guys.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it is actually a good point. The point is that I don't think it's unloving to tell a person the truth, and I think that
It's just how you present it.
I think that, no, see, I don't know about that either. I think that sometimes the presentation is going to be hurtful, no matter what, and I think that sometimes it's actually good that it is. I remember when I was young, my dad used to say shit to me all the time. Like, here, let me give you an example. Hey, stop being a fucking pansy, right? That was a good one. And he was right? He was basically like, what he's saying is stop bitching, stop whining, complaining, go do what you're supposed to do. He didn't give a shit how it made me feel. He didn't care. And why should he have? The truth is
Because
that
he's
I
a
needed to
parent,
do the things which I needed to do, right, to enter into the phase of what you would call manhood, that type of thing. It's not polite. It's not always nice. It's not always neat, right? But I just see it as kind of total cope when people say this, like, I don't make value judgments on how people look. I don't make value judgments on how people dress. I don't make value because we all do. And the thing is like, you especially in your job are doing it all day long, every single day, and you're just kind of pretending you're not.
Can I answer now?
Yeah.
I listened to you,
Yep,
right?
yep.
I
Sure.
heard you. Okay. So my language and how you're presenting the information, my choice is to actually present it in a motivating way. Okay? So if I know that the person...
Present it to them how?
Motivating, more like
Oh,
motivating,
motivating.
yeah,
Okay.
motivating, inspiring
sorry, I
way.
just
So
didn't catch the
it's
word 'cause
fine.
the
It's fine.
accent.
I get it all the time.
Yeah,
It's fine.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So, for example, if I see a client who, has extra weight in this circumstance, right? So I will explain the client. Okay, so here's what is going to be our options. And this is what is going to take the time frame, and this is how your relationship is actually going to be developing, and this is how you will be presenting yourself. This is how you need to answer the certain questions and explain. And I do have clients who actually came from marriage of many, many years, and there was comfort. They created for many, many years. They created the comfort there. They picked up weight. Spouse passed away. Now they're back in the dating world. But it is about explaining, and some people will understand. Okay, and the other option, if you want this and this and this and this, then this is what will need to be required to make.
I
Choice
totally-
is yours,
Sure.
which way you want
I
to
totally understand what you're saying, and let me steelman it, or let me repeat it back so that you know I understand. You're saying there's multiple ways to get at what it is you're trying to do. If you want this thing, then you need to do A, B, C, and D. Some of that may include losing weight. Some of it may include dressing differently. Some of it may include making more or less money, right? Yeah. You would agree that you're just offering the idea of the choice that if you want this thing, you need to do these things, right?
Right.
Those are all value judgments. Every single one of those is a value judgment, which you're making. It's you're taking the value of the person and you're matching it against the value of what they want, and you're telling the person what they have to do in order to achieve the valuable thing that they want, which is going to include you making these judgments in your mind. You're too fat.
I'm not making.
You are. You have to. You literally have to, or else you couldn't tell them to lose the weight. Unless you're saying in value to this thing over here, which is better than you, you have to lose the weight in order to get that thing. You're literally telling them.
Okay.
You're making a value judgment, a value assessment. You're mapping it onto them, and you're saying physically you need to do X. So you're making a judgment.
I'm not saying physically you need to do X. I'm explaining what is going to happen, and it's their choice what they want to do.
Yeah, I know it's their choice, but this.
Anyway, I love all of them. Okay, I do love them.
I'm not saying you
whatever they are,
don't.
overweight. As long as they're great, wonderful, and open-minded. Yeah, I love all of them. And trying not to judge.
Why don't you love the closed-minded people? That's very judgmental.
Because there is closed-minded people, they cannot create the fulfilling relationship.
That sounds very judgy.
Fulfilling relationship.
Yeah, but I mean,
True connection.
that's all judgment.
It is not judgment.
Yeah, how is it not judgment? The second you say you're too close-minded to do X, you're judging.
We are talking about whether or not I would be able to help them. Okay?
But even that's a judgment.
That I would not be able to help them.
Yeah, all of that is making judgments, yeah.
That I would not be able to help people to create a loving relationship.
If I say you're too annoying to work with, or
not annoying,
or hang on, let me finish. Or you're too dumb to work with, or your value you worship Satan, so I can't work.
Mine, right?
If I say exactly, that's all value judgment.
But it is my choice.
I agree, it's your choice, but you're still making judgments. Over and over and over again. It's like one judgment after the next judgment after the next judgment. And that's okay. I think that's fine.
You see, I'm not going to be judging you for calling me to be judgmental. I still love you, Andrew. Fantastic. Okay, you want the debate? Brian, you take a break?
Okay,
I feel like you're judging me right now.